Hi, welcome to Frontenac Outfitters. This is a canoe video review of H20 Canoe Company's Prospector 16.4. The 16.4 is the larger boat in the two-boat series that also includes the smaller 15-foot version. Both boats are close replicas to the Chestnut Canoe Company from Fredericton, New Brunswick. And Bill Mason, a famous Canadian paddling icon, deemed the Prospector, or the Chestnut Prospector, to be one of the most versatile canoes ever produced. And we're going to talk to you why. Because over 100 years later, it's still widely regarded as such. Symmetrical in shape, it's 16.4 in length, has a 35-inch beam, has a 14-inch depth, and a waterline width of about 32 inches. It has moderate rocker, that's about 2.5 inches bow and stern. And what that does is it shortens the boat's waterline. Shortening the boat's waterline makes that boat more maneuverable. It also creates lift in the bow to come up over waves in moving water conditions, whitewater conditions. And it makes that boat very versatile, very maneuverable for solo paddlings and for paddlers who want to grow their skills. The hull design itself is rounded. So the rounded hull and the fact that it's keelless, again, purposely forsakes a little bit of initial stability to make a boat which is very responsive. If you're looking for a boat that tends to do everything well, the Prospector does. People talk about it paddling even better when it's loaded. And it does that because, of course, waterline length lengthens as we tend to load that boat up, so they tend to say it handles even more predictably. All the H20 canoes are made in 4 different layouts. They do a premium fiberglass called their Fiber Light. So where the rest of the world right now seemingly is producing the cheapest, heaviest fiberglass boats they can, ribs down through the center, valleys through the bottom, H20 has done exactly the opposite, and they're doing some of the very best fiberglass. They also do a standard Kevlar, they do a super light, and they do a really cool ultralight called Helium, and that's what this is. So you can see it has a carbon upper. Carbon makes some of the very lightest boats available. It also has great tensile strength. There is a downside. It tends to have a little quicker shatter point. So what H20 has done is they've done a gel coat bottom. And what the gel coat does is it gives you a layer of impact resistance. So when we hit something, when that boat pulls up on shore, we're protecting the cloth instead of just having a clear coat. So simply put, they're putting structure where you need it. And these cool colors, they come in the black tops, and you can have a yellow bottom, a red bottom, a lime, or this is a cream colored bottom. The Helium layout really has done some neat things. H20 has put on a fine outer gunnel. Their inner gunnels are a carbon Kevlar foam core gunnel. And what that has achieved is it's made this boat 50% more rigid and 50% lighter. It's reduced that gunnel weight by 50%. They do a real unique 5-finger hand-hold grip, and all canoes must have flotation tanks, bow and stern. Put it this way, all composite boats must have flotation tanks. Having canoes that float is a good thing, but should you get water into those tanks, how many times do you go out and you say, where am I going to put my keys, my wallet? You have instant access, you have dry storage. Seats, in all the Helium models, all the interior is black cherry, so very, very vibrant again. Seats are canted, and on the Helium models, they're installed through the sides. What that does is it gets rid of those L-shaped hangers, and it really reduces sway, especially for heavier paddlers. It reduces or eliminates that sway. Deep dish ash teal yoke. All Frontenac Outfitters H20 canoes are upgraded with a kneeling fort. So instead of a standard fort, a kneeling fort. So what that allows you to do is solo this boat very efficiently, get your knees over in the chine, reduce wet surface, and have a really, really fun, responsive boat. In short, H20 Canoe Company is producing some of the very finest canoes produced in the world today. They're Canadian made, they're Ontario made. Outfitters Canoe and Kayak Center. We're not located in the downtown store. We like to think our boundaries are nature. 15,000 acres, 22 lakes, Frontenac